Mr. Hawthorne, you rented a room,
Yes.
is that correct, from the defendant?
Yes.
And you were there for a few months. She found that it wasn't working out. You found that it wasn't working out, and you were going to leave on January 28th. Is that correct?
That's not correct.
When were you supposed to leave?
I was supposed to be leaving on January 31st, be out by the 1st.
Were you paid fully for the month of January?
Yes.
Is that correct, Ms. Casaro?
No.
When did he pay you rent in January?
He started renting from me on May 21st. It was month to month. He was supposed to be out on January 21st. I gave him leeway to leave to the next weekend, which was the 28th. And actually, the 27th was 60 days notice from the last check that he gave me, because he put 60 days notice to leave on the last check.
I'd like to see the last check.
There's all of the checks from the first one on the 20th to the last one.
His cashier's check for $750 says 60-day notice to move by February 1st, 2007.
Yes, but it says 60 days notice. 60 days from the 29th
60
is the
days notice to
27th.
move, comma.
He was actually supposed to move on the 21st.
Well, let me tell you this. Not based upon this cashier's check, which I assume you cashed.
I did.
Well, that's what it says here, to move by February 1st. So what he's suing for is, he said you locked him out, and you locked him out on January 28th. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
He was moved out by then. He was out. There was nothing left in the house except garbage on the floor. All his clothes were gone, his television was gone, his toiletries were gone. He was out of the house except for just garbage, empty. I have actual pictures that he took himself.
Are they dated pictures?
No, he took these himself from outside the house, what I put out. It was actually there were empty liter sodas.
May I see it, please?
This is pictures that Mr. Hawthorne took himself. I put it outside because I didn't know if his trash was his treasure.
Was it a furnished room?
Yes.
Are these photographs that you took?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that what she put out?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you telling me that you had no property anywhere other than in Ms. Casaro's house?
That's not true at all. I had my family in town from Kansas City, and I stayed the night with them on Friday night. I came back on Saturday morning, and I was going to have some friends come over and help me start doing some moving. When I got back to the house, I was locked out. I had no intentions of moving before the 1st. The only thing I had moved out of there was my big screen TV.
Just a second. Where did you put your big screen TV?
In my car.
Mr. Hawthorne, you were staying with some relatives. If you weren't planning on being out until February 1st, why on January 27th would you put your big screen TV in your car? That doesn't make sense to me, Mr. Hawthorne.
Well, the reason I moved the TV because I had no other help to move the TV.
My neighbor helped him move the TV. I'm sorry.
Mr. Hawthorne, I actually think that I'm only getting half the story from both of you. But clearly, based upon the contract that you had, which was on your check, which said you would be out by the 1st, and you still had something in the apartment, she had no right to lock you out until the 1st of February. Now, do you have proof that you stayed in a hotel on the 28th, the 29th, for those 4 days? What? Somebody changed the date from May? Is this what you're giving me?
The reason that was done is because I went to the hotel and tried to get a copy of January 28th through the 31st. And they said they would not go back and redo anything. And I said, well, you know, I'm going to court. I need something to show that I was there. They said the only dates we have that reflect those dates is the dates that we show in May.
Well, then I can't help you.
Okay.
Because I don't know whether you stayed there or not. That's a ridiculous thing for you to give me. There's nothing to suggest to me that you didn't have someplace else to go, that there was just a whole bunch of junk left in the apartment.
The thing about it is I had contract paperwork there that I couldn't get to.
Did you file a police report alleging that she stole your computer?
Yes, I did.
I'd like to see it. This doesn't say anything about a computer.
Said I had property left in the house.
Your case is dismissed, sir.
I have a counterclaim, Your Honor.
For what?
For damages that he did to my property.
Let me see the photographs of what you allege damage he did to your property.
He never left the house, Your Honor. He sat in that house 24/7.
I don't care. He paid rent. He can do whatever he wants to do. We're done. Goodbye.